So really this car is surprisingly dynamic, because many people don't expect A220 to be like a dynamic, or they don't expect this, but I can tell you it is a dynamic. So right now on the winter, or you can say snow tires, Pirelli Sottozero 3, which are great tires, but summer tires are much better in terms of the road noise and also in terms of the grip and tire slip when you are accelerating more dynamically. So there is a significant difference, and that's always like that, because the winter compound is softer, so you have more grip when it's like snow or cold weather. Now it's plus 5 degrees Celsius. That's like, I will put Fahrenheit on the screen, but it's not freezing, but almost freezing. That was acceleration. RPMs are higher. That's because this is sport mode. The car thinks that you will accelerate soon, so that's why the car is keeping RPMs higher. Makes sense. It's not broken like some people think. So one more acceleration here. We can try from 40. Okay, back into comfort mode and cruise control. So really this is a fantastic car in every aspect, and you wouldn't expect this from a compact base level Mercedes, but now it's really similar to the C-Class, and the new C-Class will be a lot better. I'm positive about that, but it's not out yet. Right now there is only W205, which is really close to this. I would say even this is my preferred car in terms of the C-Class or A-Class in normal, not AMG, because AMG has V6 in 43 and in 63, 63S it has V8, and you can't have those engines in compact class cars, so that would be also better to have a C-Class in this case. But in normal engines like C200, C180, C300, you have the same engine like I have here, a little bit older, the M270, and here is M260. So, but in similar engine, also 2.0 liter petrol. And here you have new MBUX, ambient lighting everywhere. C-Class has a facelift, ambient lighting, and also has the screens, but it doesn't have an MBUX. It has like a really advanced command system, but not MBUX. Also here sharp corner, but for this car it's like nothing. So you can see here, it's not super sharp, but it is quite sharp. Many people, many cars slow down here because of this turn, but for this car it's like nothing. Amazing how this car can have a grip, and it's flat in the corners even for non-AMG model. And we can put the Petronas and put the sport mode. Sport mode also downshifts more aggressively. car you can be plenty fast and yeah, really great bang for your buck. And in terms of the A220 and A250, there is difference, but not like huge difference or significant, because it's the same engine. This is detuned. This wasn't even full throttle, this was like 70%, 80%. So yeah. We have here the engine oil temperature and transmission temperature. So temperature is warmed up, and if you would go like more hardcore, then you would have a higher temperature, that's obvious. Also here this corner is like more how to say it, more aggressive turn, but for this car it's like nothing. Super good in corners. For non-AMG model this is amazing, and also really great setup for the suspension. If you consider that you need to have a good stability in the corners, you need to have good filtration of the uneven road. So this is great setup for non-adjustable suspension. This is minus 15 millimeters. If you compare this to the non-AMG line model, because this is AMG line. So yeah. Also when it's here uneven tram rails, it's really good. So now I'm going like 40. Soon there will be 70. Can try acceleration. Try from 30. Okay, so that was on second gear. So second gear was enough for that, plenty. Also what I want to tell you is that this transmission downshifts into the first gear if you do a kick down below the pressure point with your pedal, and that's what not every automatic transmission is doing. So it gives you maximum acceleration on the first gear if you need that, and that's a big bonus, I think, and it's really useful if you need to accelerate fast in a short amount of the time. So yeah. Also you could hear like maybe a little bit the tram, but it's really silent interior here. Double rubber on the doors, and right now I can tell you it's more tire noise because of the winter tires, but I will shoot videos in the summer, and you will hear hopefully that there is a significant difference with the summer tires. It's much quieter from the tires, but even here in the winter tires it's very silent. This car also has auto start stop, but I don't use it. You can turn it off immediately after you start the engine, so it has a really great position below the start stop engine button. It's really here, so if you want you can turn it off. Personally I turn it off always because I don't like the engine to jump like every 20 seconds. For example, now I waited like 20 seconds, and you don't need to turn off engine for 20 seconds. It's mostly for the fuel consumption, I think, because you maybe save like 100 milliliters of the petrol, and maybe not even that. So it's not really something I'm using, and especially during winter takes a longer amount of the time for the engine to warm up if you do like shorter drives. So why would you turn off the engine? Also, that's true that the engine wouldn't turn off with auto start stop on when it's cold, the engine, because it needs to warm up. So the car is smart, but sometimes it's turned off because if you have like not fully warmed up, if you're like 70% warm, the engine is 70% warmed up, then it will turn off the engine on the traffic light, and this engine is really quiet on the idling, on the traffic light, much quieter than diesel engine. And if you're listening to the music, you not barely, but you don't hear the engine. If you drive normally, that's a fact, I can tell you that. Now I'm filming driving without the music, and also you can't hear the engine even now, and also on the idling on the super quiet engine. And the sound isolation in this car is far superior to the predecessor A-Class, the W176, and this is W177 A-Class hatchback. The A-Class sedan is V177 for the new one. And before that there was no A-Class sedan, only CLA, and that is C118. So those are like internal names of the models. So if you want CLA driving, there is a wider track, 4 centimeters. That's like 1.5 inch. So there is significant. That's not significant. So if you're deciding between A-Class and CLA, many people actually do that. My recommendation is, if you can buy only A-Class sedan or CLA, like it's the situation in the US, I would prefer CLA. And that's also because of I told it many times, some people find it funny, but the headrest is integrated in A-Class hatchback like I have, or in the CLA coupe. But in the A-Class sedan there is a separated headrest, which looks a little bit less sportier, but yeah, it's a small difference. For somebody it's a big difference. So yeah, that's one difference. Second is frameless doors and framed doors. Also difference is wider track, as I said. So supposedly the CLA should be like more stable. It's 1.5 inch or 4 centimeters wider at the front, but honestly I think you would need to drive really on the edge to find the difference, and you would need to like jump from one car to another. This car is really stable even without the front wider track. So I drove the CLA and it felt very similar. I think you would the biggest change you would feel when you drive the 45 or 35, the AMG versions, because when you have more power, then the stability difference in the corners could be more noticeable. And obviously the looks, the CLA looks like more aerodynamic. It has, for somebody it has a more sportier look, or more aggressive, but that's subjective, the design, and that's only from exterior. From interior, like I'm sitting now, is the same, completely same, because it's the same platform, and yeah, so there is no difference between these two cars. In the rear there is difference for the headroom. In CLA you have a lot less headroom because of the sloping roof, but from the exterior it's beautiful. So you just need to think. Also there is new GLA, which is similar to GLB, and shooting brake. The CLA shooting brake is also available. In in some countries like here in Europe. In the US is not available. So many compact cars, and could be difficult to pick one, but that's also good that there are so many models, because everyone can choose the car which they need, want, etc. Like, because if you say I like A-Class but I need like higher ground clearance, etc., then you can easily buy GLA and you would be fine. Or if you say I like CLA Coupe but I need like more luggage space, well, there is a shooting brake. So I think anybody can win and choose the perfect compact Mercedes car. GLB would be the largest out of all compact cars in the segment. Also the price difference, there is price difference between the CLA Coupe and A-Class, so it's also worth considering. Here there was no engine option at the time when I was ordering this car from the factory. There was no, this is also sharp corner, but for this car is like nothing. So there was no option for 220 for CLA back in the August when I was back in the May when I was ordering the car. In August was the delivery. So yeah, for me that was a crucial difference, because I wanted a 2.0 liter petrol engine, and there was only available CLA 200, which is 1.33 liter, and also CLA 200 diesel, and I didn't want diesel anymore, so I could only buy this for this engine or the 35, but 35 was out of my budget, so that's why I chose this car. I'm very happy and satisfied with my choice, so that's also to consider. But now I think there is a CLA 220 or 250 to order, and in Germany there was a CLA 220 from the beginning, only in our market it wasn't, so yeah, that's that. This car is amazing in the corners, it's really super stable. I think that's it for this video. Let me know, guys, what do you want to see with this car. I will film the park turning video. I will try all kinds of parking styles in this video, like perpendicular, parallel parking. I will try a lot different scenarios how this car parks. So that was in comfort mode. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I'm really appreciative that you like my content, and give this video a like if you like it, and subscribe for plenty more videos. Comment down below your favorite ambient lighting color, which is your favorite. And yeah guys, that's it, and I will see you soon in the next video. Have a wonderful day, evening or morning, depending where you are. Okay guys, bye bye, take care.